Good morning, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market pre-show, giving you the politics behind the biggest moves in the stock market. It is presented with comedic common sense by an expert in financial literacy, and hey, that's me, Larry Steinhouse. Today is Friday, January 28th, and I want to welcome you to the show. We are here live on WWDB Radio in Philadelphia, and we are live on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube. By the way, my Twitter handle is @LarrySteinhouse, and you can find me on Facebook, TikTok, and other social media by searching Larry Steinhouse. Hey, just remember, if you're watching online, hit that like button, hit that share button. I definitely want to know that you're there. All right, hey, Jane, I think that's Mike up there, or that's, I think it's Mike up there. For some reason, he comes up as user. He doesn't come up with his name. I also want to say hello to Carrie. Thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. And, of course, you can comment live during the show, and I'll say hello to you back. And you can comment on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. And don't forget, if you say hi, I'll say hi. All right, that was Mike. Hey, Mike. Good morning, man. All right, and Tommy's there, and Mark's there. Look at that. I love it. Beautiful. Hey, you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com, and there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. Hey, last night, I don't know if you remember, but last night we had a great class. We were talking about how to buy houses. We were talking about how to buy houses with no money. We were talking about the stock market and some new rules. So you definitely want to stop by. Go to Investor Schooling next week, and you definitely will enjoy our class. All right, so on today's show, we're going to be talking about the futures update, what's going to happen now. Hey, I'm going to do a little special thing on, is Biden a racist? We're going to be talking about Tesla robots, Molson and Coke, and we're going to be talking about today's picks and plays. So let's get into it a little bit, and what's going on? What's going on? I don't know. Is the craziness over? Come on, just stop it already. This market is absolutely nuts. Nothing makes sense anymore in this market. The only pattern I see so far is whatever the market opens up with, it'll close with the opposite, which might be good today, by the way. The market swung violently again yesterday, and then it was all downhill. The weird part is the Dow only closed down 7 points, but the NASDAQ closed down 189 points. Oh. You know, there were times where the market, I would blink, I would look up and it was up, and I would blink and it would look up and it was down. By a big swing, it was unbelievable. Of course, we had some notable earnings yesterday, and Apple was one of the best. Apple's revenue was up 11%, and Apple beat analysts' estimates for sales in every product category except for iPads. So people are stopping not buying iPads anymore, but they bought everything else. Profit was also higher than expectations, and I have to tell you, I find it interesting that Apple does not report guidance, and it's been their their firm stance since the beginning of this scamdemic. You know, I can't think it's smart because of the uncertainty of the market, but it would really help to make the stock go up even higher if they would actually report guidance. Initially, Apple popped 2% right after earnings, and then it went up even higher. And I have to say that Apple often does go up after earnings, and this was just another great example. I was kind of hoping it would carry some of the other stocks up as well, but clearly it's not. We'll talk about that in a minute. Robinhood, on the other hand, was destroyed when the company mixed expectations on some of the reports. Robinhood was immediately down 10% and was down as much as 15%. I think it's down 15% again, so it's that bad. The company has really, I don't know, it's really disappointing, but it has big plans for creating corporate accounts. Now listen to this. The company has been basically marketing to junior traders. So the average Joe who has little money, and they basically rode the meme trader stock craze on Reddit. And you have to remember that these little guys with like $1,000 in their accounts are going to disappear, and Robinhood's going to need to rebrand itself. You know, they're trying now to market to big corporations and possibly hold assets for retirement plans. Personally, I think they have a branding problem here. The company is known for the little guy trader, and the name is terrible, and it really doesn't instill trust to big players. I think Robinhood has a long way to go before it even hits the IPO price of about 37, and it'll probably sink to single digits as a stock. I actually think it'll actually hit between 6 and 7. I also think on the other side, it's going to be a takeover target for the trading platforms, possibly Coinbase. Speaking of Coinbase, oh man, I was hoping Robinhood would rally and drive up my Coinbase play, which is really a disaster right now. It just so happens that I did get 2 covered call plays with the stock. However, holding the stock is hurting me now. It's terrible. I was surprised to see it drop below 200, and it's been as low as 162, and it's still terrible. I'm going to basically need a crypto bounce in order to make this play make any sense. This morning we do have Caterpillar reporting earnings, and that usually sets the tone of the day. But who knows with this market? It's unbelievable. This month, just to let you know, has been the worst January on record for the NASDAQ 100 since it's actually been the worst ever. The worst ever. And for the S&P, the worst since 2009. And of course, the Dow Jones, the worst since 2016. I'm actually surprised that it was that soon. But it's unbelievable. The futures, I don't know if you remember last night, the futures were up about 200 points. And of course, now the Dow is down 329 points. The S&P is down 36. And the NASDAQ is down 7. Unbelievable. Hey, I want to say hello to Joe watching. I want to say hello to Jose watching on YouTube. And of course, I want to say hello to some other people watching. And Charles, thanks so much. I totally appreciate you guys. All right. I want to have a little bit of fun, and I want to talk about Biden being a racist. All right. I have to admit that this has nothing to do with finances of the stock market. However, I just think this topic is hysterically controversial. And since it's my show, I'm going to go for it. So the left is always pointing out racism until someone in their own party proves to be a completely ignorant racist. Like Joe Biden, the racist in charge. I have to repeat some of the things he said that are so racist and so ignorant that it actually makes my head spin. Now, I'm going to tell you that these are in no particular order, so sit back and enjoy. A few months ago, Biden white-splained that Latinos in America resist vaccination because they're worried they'll be vaccinated and deported. Hey, Joe, not all Latinos are here illegally. I mean, really? Is this what this guy said? They're afraid they're going to be vaccinated and deported. All right, on the topic of vaccine-related racism, Biden also said this about black Americans. They're used to being experimented on, the Tuskegee Airmen and others. Now, I don't even understand what that sentence says, but they're used to be experimented on, the Tuskegee Airmen and others. Besides the fact that with this, he confused the legendary World War II fighter pilots with a long notorious governmental study of syphilis among black men, which was called the Tuskegee Experiment. He once again made an inference that blacks are currently being experimented on. Yeah, come to think of it, maybe he's right. The experiment may be how much racism one man can continue to spew out and still have black Americans vote for him. One of my favorites during his campaign, of course, when he was a guest on Charlemagne the God, the popular morning show in May 2020, Biden infamously asserted to the largely black audience that if they were unsure whether to vote for him or Trump, then you ain't black. I didn't know being black meant you weren't allowed to think about who you wanted to vote for. For the first time, I actually understand white privilege. It allows me to vote for who I want. How about this Dumbo statement he said in August 2020? Biden told a gathering of black and Hispanic journalists that unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes on incredibly different things. I guess this could be coined as Latino privilege. Now we have white privilege and Latino privilege. Cool. So did you know that in the interview he actually discovered the Latino privilege? A black reporter, so in this interview, a black reporter asked him about a cognitive test. The reporter was just thinking the same thing all of us should say. white people and Latinos were thinking that Joe Biden is basically like, off his rocker. Well, this black reporter asked him about his cognitive abilities, and Biden lashed out at the black man and said, "That's like you saying before you got in this program, you take a test whether you're taking cocaine or not," Biden said. "What do you think? Are you a junkie?" I don't know. Does he feel that black reporters are junkies? If anyone else said that, they would have been hogtied. Well, except for maybe Nancy Pelosi. Did you hear about this one? In 2010, he warmly eulogized Senator Robert Byrd, a former exalted Cyclops in the Ku Klux Klan, saying he was one of my mentors. Well, that's obvious. And that the Senate is a lesser place for his going. Don't forget that Biden said he said this before his cognitive decline, and I got to tell you, wait, there's more. In 2007, he referred to Barack Obama, ready for this, as the first mainstream African American who is articulate, bright, and clean. In 2006, he said you cannot go into a 7-Eleven or Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. Way back in '77, he said that forced busing to desegregate schools would cause children to grow up in a racial jungle. But now he's going to make up for it by being a complete racist and stating that his next Supreme Court justice nomination will be a black woman. Now, for those of you who are liberals, let me explain that racism isn't a white or black thing. If I told you do not qualify for the job as a Supreme Court justice because you are white or a male, that is racism. Hey, brain dead, you can't prove you aren't a racist by being a racist. Oh, and by the way, Kamala Harris was vetted the same way. So I guess I'm kind of wondering if Joe Biden has a closet black woman fetish. I really can't believe that he had the nerve to call Trump a racist, and they elected this idiot. Ugh. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Biden wasn't elected, he was appointed. All right, we'll see you in a little while.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
Good morning. Good morning. Actually, welcome back to Investor School. Investor School. Wow, I'm completely lost. I watched the commercial and I got myself lost. Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and if you want more information on Investor Schooling, you can simply go to investorschooling.com, or you can call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. Hey, thanks for listening to WWDB Radio in Philadelphia. Thanks for leaving your radio on after that, especially if you're a liberal. Hey, if you're watching online, please hit that share button so you can help your friends learn about how to make more money. Hit that like button and let me know you are enjoying the show. Of course, you can leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube, and I'll try to respond to them. Everyone is responding about that Biden is a racist moment, so it's all over. Thanks, you guys. I totally appreciate you guys. I want to say hello to James, who's also listening. So thanks so much, guys. All right. So far we've been discussing the future update, or the future down date, I guess. I don't know. The Dow is now down 293 points. The S&P is down 32, and the NASDAQ is down 61 1/4. Hey, we talked about whether Biden is a racist. Yeah, clearly. And he just can't stop being one, apparently. So coming up, we're going to be discussing Tesla robots. We're going to be talking about Molson and Coke, and of course today's picks and plays. But first, come on guys, hit that share button, hit that like button. I know when you share it. It tells me when you share it. So if you say you shared it and you didn't, I know. So don't forget to leave comments on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube or Twitter. And if you're listening on WWDB Radio, be sure and set a preset to this station and listen every day at 7:30. Also, when you get home, look up the Money Chat Now page on Facebook and let me know what you think of the show. All right, let's get started and let's talk about the second half. And we're going to be talking about Tesla robots. So as you know, Tesla's earnings announcement was Wednesday, and the company did well. You know, Tesla beat all expectations. On the conference call, Elon Musk talked about the company, and he mentioned something very interesting. He said that a humanoid robot was the most important product that Tesla is developing this year. He wanted to put that ahead of the much-hyped Cybertruck and other vehicles, including the Semi and the Roadster. Musk first teased the public with the Tesla bot in August, and he used basically a human in a robot suit, warning basically that the company may not work. The product may not work, but he added that he hoped to have a prototype in the next year. He also went on to say that I think it has the potential to be more significant than the vehicle business over time. Musk said of the robot, which is codenamed Optimus. Optimus? Really? Can you see where this is going? Can we get Optimus to fight Omicron, and then Optimus can drive us to the store and pick up groceries? Is Tesla short for the name Transformers? Or maybe Elon is just tired of people. Because listen to this, he said, if you think about the economy, the foundation of the economy is labor, he said. Capital equipment is distilled labor. So what happens if you don't actually have labor? Well, I'm not quite sure what an economy even means at that point. And that's what Optimus is all about. So it's very important. All right, like you, I was extremely confused by that statement too. I actually thought it was something from Joe Biden. But here, think about this. His goal is to clearly replace people with robots. Every movie that we feared is actually coming true. Go watch iRobot and Transformers. In fact, they should probably make a crossover movie called Tesla Bots, Saving the World from Itself. Look for robots soon, coming to take over your job. They can't take over my job because I don't really have one. We really need to get them. We really need the modern prophets like Rod Serling, George Orwell, and of course, don't forget Ayn Rand. These people really knew what was coming. These guys are prophets. It's amazing to me. All right, let's talk about Coke and Molson. That sounds like a really good drink right there. All right, I thought it was an appropriate story as we head for the weekend. Apparently, Coca-Cola and Molson Coors beverages are teaming up again, this time for a new line of alcoholic drinks, and the new brand will be called Simply. The cans will be bright yellow colors with the logo Simply across a lemon. Simply is the third brand that Coke has added alcohol to recently, joining Topo Chico and Fresca. Coke has also partnered with Molson Coors on a product called, they called it Topo Chico Hard Seltzer, which began rolling out domestically in early 2021. So I don't know if you guys seen Topo Chico, but whatever. Coke is trying to compete in the hard seltzer market, and they feel they will join White Claw and Truly at the top of this market. I'm drinking White Claw. I like it. It's actually pretty good. The can is kind of small, though. Anyway, these moves are all about growth, as the soda market is kind of flat. Adding the fizzies to alcohol makes them more attractive to drinkers and, of course, drives up the bottom line for Coke. Simply Spiked Lemonade will be sold in 12-can variety packs as well as 24-ounce standalone cans in some flavors. Remember I said that the White Claw was small? This will be a 24-ounce? That'll be great. The variety pack flavors will include strawberry lemonade, watermelon lemonade, blueberry lemonade, and signature lemonade. You remember when real men used to drink beer? Well, now they're going to be drinking, of course, a bright yellow can that says, "Hi, I'm a liberal." Anyway, I'm looking forward to drinking them by the pool this weekend. Oh, wait, I forgot. We're getting a massive snowstorm in this area. No pool for me. Oh, yeah. And I just started a diet, too. Damn, no alcohol for me either. I'm going to go be upset about that. And I'll see you back after this commercial.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829, 866-424-2829. So far we've been discussing the futures, down date, whatever. The Dow is down 336 points. The S&P is down 41, and the NASDAQ is down 110. Of course, it started up last night. It was up 200 points. I don't know what's going on. I'm just tired of it. I give up. Never mind, I'm leaving. I guess I can't do that. I got to finish the show first. We've been talking about the Tesla robot and how Elon Musk wants to take over the world, as usual. We talked about Molson and Coke creating a new product, and that will be a really cool product because we're all going to need to drink as the stock market goes down, and we're all going to need some extra alcohol. All right. Coming up is today's picks and plays, but first, did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Come on, hit that share button. Come on, Wendy. Hey, good morning, Wendy. Thanks for watching. Hit that share button. Let everybody know what great stock plays are coming by sharing this information. And don't forget, you could share it on your own page or in groups that you feel will benefit from great stock plays. So share it everywhere. Also, you can leave comments on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and YouTube. And of course, if you are listening on WWDB Radio, set one of your presets to this channel and listen every day at 7:30 for all you need to know about politics behind the stock market and the great moves. All right, let's talk about what's going on. So once again, the stock market had a pop and then a meltdown. Apple's earnings should have put the market back together, but based on the futures, it's not really happening. As we discussed earlier, this market is absolutely insane and the worst in years. We know that inflation and higher interest rates and, of course, the threat of war are pressing the market lower. I am neck deep in some plays like American Airlines and Meta, and frankly, they're scaring me. All right, as we turn the calendar to February next week, there is little hope of a market bounce back in the next 30 to 45 days, and that also scares me. The best we can hope for is that the market settles down into a new range. As a stock options trader, I need a more predictable range to trade in. And here are some plays and predictions that I like. Robinhood, I'm going to tell you, Robinhood will be a single-digit stock, and my guess, the price will be about 6 or 7 before we'll have any chance of recovery. Apple will continue to inch up in the quarter and will probably go above the $3 trillion market cap, which is a 182 price again, but it's going to take a little while. Meta actually should be the best play right now, but something always holds it down. If you recall, the Oculus app was the most downloaded app in the Apple Store last quarter. That means Oculus was extremely popular seller last year. Not only is that great revenue for Meta, but it's also future revenue as well, as they're going to sell games for it. Meta is a company that can't miss, but the stock still grows slowly and is now going down right now. I mentioned AT&T yesterday, and I think it's a stock to buy and hold with an 8% dividend. And I'm going to tell you, it'll also be helpful to buy stocks like that. I'm going to do a report on this on Monday on some great dividend-paying stocks. It'll be helpful for inflation as interest rates are going to rise next year, of course. And I'll tell you, it's a great place to park your money. We will have to see what happens and what the market brings next week. And I'm hoping this nonsense will continue because it's driving me absolutely nuts. All right, on the crypto scene, crypto is hovering. Bitcoin is around 36.5 and Ethereum is steady about 2,500. I haven't even logged into my Coinbase account because I don't even want to look at it. Even my Coinbase stock is tanking, and that's just, of course, adding salt to the wounds. Gold dropped and really gold dropped below 1,800 again, which I don't understand. Silver is 22.5-ish, and that's weird. I normally expect people to start moving their money into the precious metal, but they aren't. So if you aren't moving their money into precious metals and they aren't moving into stocks, where's the money going? Well, the Treasury bond may be a place, and that's about 1.85 right now. And all I know is, look, I'm going to tell you right now, for this coming year, you better have cash and lines of credit available for when the market plummets and deals both in the stock market and the real estate market start to appear. And I'm going to tell you, coming out the other side, in about 10 or 12 years from now, you are going to be so happy you had money now. Hey, did you guys order my book yet? Go to barnesandnoble.com and look up Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. Pre-order it, and I promise you will learn something. And if you've been listening, my accountant confirms that that's going to be tax deductible, and I really appreciate you guys if you did pre-order it, and if you can pre-order it and tell your friends, I'd appreciate that as well. Hey, I want to thank all the listeners on WWDB Radio in Philadelphia, and I want to thank you for your continued support. If you're enjoying the show, please reach out and let us know. And of course, you can leave comments on WWDB fan page. And of course, I want to say thank you to everybody watching online. Have an awesome weekend. Have a profitable day. And let's hope the stock market goes up.